Episode 2. Here we go. It's about friendship. What do y'all know about friendship?
Hey,
At least we made it past our first recording.
yeah, right? This one feels weird. I don't know. I'm scared.
Why does it feel weird? I really want to dive into that. Why does it feel?
Nah,
So, let's start with an icebreaker. How was your day? What did you do today?
Oh, I thought you said you didn't want to be those podcasts that talk about what we do every day.
Or not. We're just using it to warm up.
You actually kind of need it, It helps bring the vibes.
Yeah, it can't be like, and this is what's going to happen on
Yeah, today, like, and also then it makes people think that they know you a little bit.
Alrighty. So how was your day, Hodo? What did you do?
I woke up. What'd you do today?
What did I do today? I woke up. I'm on my menses. So that was
Sorry, who?
my menses. Y'all know that.
Too much TMI.
I don't know. You asked me what I did today. That's what happened.
You are tuned into Not a Single Thing. We hijack your background noise to deliver not a single thing. Like, subscribe, follow, and catch us wherever your favorite podcasts are.
Hi, y'all, and welcome to another episode of Not a Single Thing. We are here just, to just chop it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give you the perspectives you did not ask or need or really need to dive into. What are songs that we had no business listening to as children?
Oh, actually, a song came to my head because we were just singing it earlier.
Which one?
My neck, my back.
Oh,
Yeah. I sang that as children.
that's very inappropriate.
Also, that one song, Afro Man.
I literally was thinking of that. I was gonna say that next. What the
Oh,
fuck?
damn,
That's
yeah.
insane.
Because I remember I introduced you to that song.
Yeah, you did. I'm like,
My cousins were singing that all the time. I'm like,
it's so inappropriate.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what's it? How does it go? Call 45 and 2 zigzags. Yeah, that's all we need. And we're like, yes. Okay, this is not from a childhood song, but I don't know if you remember. This was like back, like what, when we were in university, maybe first year. Remember Club Lights by Eric?
Yeah.
I've never actually said his last name out loud.
Club Light.
We
We're adults.
Huh? Yeah. No, but like also, do you listen to lyrics? Like,
Yeah.
it's like you're actually insulting everybody.
Yeah.
By the makeup, by the strobe lights, by the way she moved her body to an too many club lights. Whoa. And this part killed me. Damn them club lights. What?
Yeah, once you turn them on, they look so hideous.
He's like, oh, is she nice? Is she cute? I don't know. And we're all like, ooh, we're bumped that. Because every day, my brother would pick me up and he'd be bumping that. I'm like, ooh, what is that? By the club lights. He's insulting us.
So basically, that's the same thing with Lauryn Hill.
What?
That song, Doo-wop.
Oh, boy, girls, you better watch out. Some girl. What's wrong with that?
Some girls are only about.
Isn't it guys?
That thing. She said this is for both.
Oh.
That thing.
She's warning us, but it's a
Yeah, and
tune.
she's saying, what kind of thing are you in? Sleeping with a jinn? You out here selling yourself, selling your soul, something like that. She's like dancing with like in the club. Like she's basically making fun of you being out in the streets and being in the club and doing all this
But
stuff.
then it's like her music. The thing is with these artists, their music is making it into they're in the clubs, right?
Yeah, they're playing that in those.
and then she's like, ooh, boy, like, do it.
She's saying, what are you doing here? Go get a life. Go take care of yourself.
Ooh, up. And you're like, do
Yeah.
something. Like,
You say you're religious, but you're not. What do you just?
why you lying?
Yeah.
Just like that one thing. I'm like, whoa. Like, music's weird. Like, a lot of it is like, hey, that's. But you really take the time to like sit down and listen to it. I'm like, oh,
But music has never been the same
ever.
since what year? 2019 or 2018?
I think the last good era of music was 2019, right before 2019, yeah. Mm-hmm. Then it was done.
After the pandemic, yeah, music is just so.
I blame TikTok. Yeah.
Because every song, sometimes you're like, oh my God, what's that song? That's a bop. And you go listen to it and then you're like, oh, only that part was a bop.
Yeah.
The rest is actually
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for wasting my time. You know what I mean? That's why you're a sound. You don't have an EP or you don't have an actual album. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. Like,
It's like same. It's like every song's the same. Literally.
it's because it's like, there's like a cutoff, right? Like, I think we've done everything we can as a society. Like, to be creative. Everything else right now is a reboot or like someone's doing another cover or they're using like an old, like how many times are you going to remix like Ja Rule or like, oh, you know what I mean? Be like all the same types of beats and vibes into a song. I think the era to like, what's the term when you sample whatever, right? When you sample songs, the era to sample is done. Like they shouldn't be doing that because I just don't think they're good.
I don't know, you know, they just need to bring back R&B. We had like, you know, right now hip hop and like rap is like the biggest thing. And then R&B is dying.
Yeah.
But it's like, it needs to come back. Like we need some feel good music, some like something that just
that bop.
hits better, you know? I'm tired of rap. I don't know.
No, I
let something else, like a new song, a new sound develop that is like, you know.
I don't think that's what I'm thinking. Like it's cut off. I don't think anyone is going to be able to do anything anymore, like innovative anymore. There's nothing. Everything is just being brought back. Oh, everyone's dressing like people are trying to like the fashion now is kids or whatever is dressing like how we used to.
We didn't used to hate. That was not our tradition.
Huh? I mean, the other day it was
the
Easter.
20s.
Huh?
That was the 2000s.
I was wearing a bandana. Your niece is like, "Why are you dressed like back in the day?" And I'm like, "What?"
And she's like, "Why are you dressing like us? Why are you dressed like kids?"
And I'm like,
"They think they made everything."
Yeah, I'm like, "Get out!"
New generation.
Well, it took me everything not to kick her. Like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, and then I was wearing my windbreaker, which I've been wearing since God knows when. You know what I mean? They're like, "Why are you dressed like you're like?" I think it was yeah. He's like, "Why are you dressed like olden days?" I'm like, what? Olden days. This is the he's like, you dress like you're from like the 1900s. Like,
Yeah,
then,
but I guess now though kids are just wearing athleisure wear everywhere.
Athletic wear.
Yeah,
yeah.
is it everywhere?
Yeah, there's no everything is just a fashion's done, music's done, movies especially are done.
Yeah,
If I see like when we went to watch Sinners,
it's gonna be outdated because this podcast is gonna drop for how long?
I know. By the time it comes out, no one's gonna care about Sinners.
Yeah,
But every preview that was leading up to the actual movie was a reboot. Like Mission Impossible. Why did you resurrect Tom Cruise? He didn't need to be. He could have been at home.
wrap it up. Like
Wrap it up. Like 28 days later, reboot. Everything. How many times are they going to remake the same Marvel superhero movie? Just cut it out.
Yeah,
Nobody cares.
that's true.
I think writers, they need to like just think of something new.
Yeah, something creative. Like, can we move on? That's why Sinners actually was very good. Like, it's creative, it was different. I enjoyed it. You know, it wasn't boring. And then it's like so many memes, so many videos on it.
Yeah.
Afterwards, all the depth to that was actually in it.
Yeah.
He worked so hard to put every symbolism,
Everything.
all the metaphors in there. Just like crazy.
Like I'm like, oh, good job. Like that's effort, like real effort. Everything else, I'm like, actually, the one with SZA wasn't bad. Like
That was fun.
Yeah. Like that. Like there was real laughter in there, and I haven't laughed in a long time.
But I laughed like,
It wasn't real laughter, no. But like even a chuckle these days is hard to get, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this was a good job. But comedy, I used to like live for comedy movies. That would be one of my favorite genres.
we haven't seen one though.
Never.
We haven't watched one in theaters in a long time.
Ever. Because you know why they're not funny. I'll just wait for
Maybe we should start going to
comedies.
see. Yeah, it's all like,
But name one actual.
yeah, I haven't seen one that's out.
Even if it's out, it's because it's not funny.
You know what movies I'm always gonna enjoy though? Like Final Destination.
That's another reboot. I just don't understand how many times you're gonna watch the same thing. You know they're all gonna go die.
But the way it happens is just so crazy because that could actually happen in real life. You know how like these little things have to be put in place in order for you to have this outcome. And it's crazy.
It's just the concept is dumb because I'm like they're like we tricked death and death is still like well,
yeah, get rid of that part.
Yeah,
and then like
what do you mean, man? You obviously still like they're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like you didn't like it's just. I just watched that movie younger. It was when I was a kid, and I'm like, oh, that's scary. And then as the years went on, I'm just like, okay, it's like hypersexual where everyone's basically at. Like,
oh yeah, I know when they do that.
And then it's just blood and gore.
Blood and gore and hypersexual sexuality just ruins movies now. It's like there's no depth.
No,
Can you do something
like different, like actually scare me. Like remember, like when Paranormal Activity came out, like the first one, that one was like, whoa.
I'll never watch those movies. So I cannot deal with movies that are like Paranormal Activity. No.
No, because it's too like it could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it. Because you know how you're scared of zombies?
Okay, relax.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I just shouldn't bring my out. Listen, it's the concept of a zombie.
Like
It's
that for
terrifying.
me.
Huh?
It's like that for me. Because zombies that could actually happen.
I'm telling you, it's real. Imagine COVID was like a virus that messed up with your
brain.
Yeah, your brain, and then now you're like a flesh eating because cannibalism is a thing, right? So imagine there's like a virus that makes you want to be a cannibal.
Yeah, easily can do it. It can happen. Yeah,
Takes over the world. You're infected.
yeah. Maybe like slight differences where it's like if somebody shoots you, you'll actually die.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah.
then yeah, it could happen where you're irrational. You can't think straight. It's like basically almost like I'm not gonna compare it to what's called, but there's other brain conditions that affect people that they can't function anymore. So it's like, why couldn't you function to the point where you're eating people and biting people and infecting them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It could easily happen where you're in control of. You're not in control of your body.
Yeah. Another thing with zombies, I wouldn't fight.
If you became one,
No, I just like off myself.
if you became a vampire, or like if there was a
Like if it's happening
virus.
close, I'm like, you know what? Like I'm not even gonna. You know how like in Walking Dead, they're like, we have to keep moving. We have to. Why? What are we fighting for?
for a better day, a better tomorrow.
But there's so many. Like, what is the point? Like, like okay, let's say you kill all the zombies. Now what? You know, like what? You know what I mean? You're not gonna kill all of them. This is a lot of work, and just to implement the same systems, it's like how who said they want to move to Mars? Was it Jeff Bezos or was it Elon Musk?
Probably him.
Some of them. I'm like, so you want me to leave Earth because they said like Earth is gonna
Yeah.
deteriorate? Like, so you want me to leave Earth to go to Mars to still pay off the same human debt that I'm paying here? When I could just, you know what I mean? Like,
I'd fight because I just want to see what else is going on. I love like post-apocalyptic type movies.
can you imagine the nostalgia? Like, I remember Earth.
Yeah.
On Earth, we used to have water. Now we have like burning fire.
And the little books that you get to see, like, oh my god, that's what Earth used to look like. That's exciting.
That's so depressing.
Different. You know, something different.
Something different. Like it's like what was the show that you used to like
Too many.
2%? What was it?
The 100?
Yeah. Imagine there's 100 people, right? And they're all on the plane craft away from Earth.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
What am I fighting for? What is the ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal is to save Earth. Then
Earth's done.
bring it back and make Earth survivable.
They said Earth is in no one can live there anymore. It's not a safe place.
Yeah, but it's like if I die, then I'm like, that's it. You know.
And you're blessed. You're done.
I know, but I just want to experience it for a little bit. I'm gonna try to live as far as I can, and as long as I can.
You're gonna see everybody around you die. Like, mom, no. Yeah. And then you're like, okay, let's say she gets infected by this virus. And you have to kill your mom for good.
It's not. Yeah.
It's too much at stake. I'm like, I'm good.
Work, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I was here. I understand why the government, like, if there's like a panic or whatever. Like it was a Dave Chappelle skit, but it's like where there's like a invasion by Mars or some shit, and then there's like something's gonna kill the Earth, and they don't tell anybody until like a couple hours before. They're like, "What's the point of the panic?" You know what I mean? Like there's not a comet, something. What do they call it? Like a
meteor?
A meteor coming to completely destroy Earth. There's about 72 hours left of human life before the Earth is whatever. You know how like it was a skit on Dave Chappelle, but he's like, we're gonna tell you that now. It's gonna be here in the next couple hours. Because why tell us in advance when we're all gonna die anyway? Because it's gonna cause panic. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah,
hysteria.
It's true, actually.
You know what I mean? Like, let's live your life. You're gonna die anyway.
But then I could have done so much stuff that I couldn't do before.
Like what?
Oh, I'll do some stuff that I'll eat my favorite meal. You know what I mean?
You're not gonna remember that when you're gone.
I don't know, but I got to do it at the time while I was alive because I'm preparing. But then actually, I might be too scared.
Yeah, nobody goes. What are you gonna do? But then there's gonna be people out here and like, like if there's like an alien invasion, everyone's running around. Oh my, what are you running from? Can't escape. Just allow it. You know what I mean? So I understand whether they're like, we're just gonna keep a few of you to hopefully keep the human race going. But
yeah, I want to be one of those people though.
Why you?
I just want to try it. I want to experience it. Then if it sucks, then I'm like, oh, time for me to go.
Yeah. But then like, oh, sorry, man, you signed up. You got to thug it out.
Yeah, it's just
we're gonna be on Earth. There's food. Like food's not real, so everything has been like genetically like it's like we're on a spaceship. You know what I mean?
Living underground and stuff. Maybe. I don't know.
God, like what a terrible way to.
Either way, space. I could see space. You're offering yourself too early. Like at least try it. Just like wait a little bit, you know?
I'm like, hey, but like everyone I know and I love is dead, and what I life with as I know it is gone. Oh, look at the space. You know what I mean? Oh, that's the sun. That's the moon.
See everything first, you know? And then when every day becomes repetitive, then that's time to go.
You're not allowed to die. Because the reason that you're on this ship or whatever is because you need to keep the human race going.
Yeah, but
no, you're done. That's
well, then when you have a kid and then you're trapped because you have to, take care of your kid and stuff.
Well, maybe when there's too much and they don't have enough supply, maybe you'll be the ones that they'll
commit a crime so they can, float.
What if they just banish you? They're like, we're gonna let you starve to death.
Usually, they just like throw you into space. from TV shows and stuff. They call float. They'll float you.
That's a lot.
And now, a cautionary tale from Not a Single Thing. The little laugh that went too far.
I'm going to read you something. Am I the asshole for fake laughing at my boyfriend's joke for so long that now he thinks he's funny enough to be a stand-up comedian? So I'll give you details. So my boyfriend, 29 male, made a dumb joke like 3 months ago, something about pickles and taxes. I don't even remember. It wasn't funny, but I laughed because I was in a good mood and wanted to boost him a little. The problem, he took that one laugh as a divine affirmation. He's now convinced he's a natural comedian. He's been writing material, practicing in the mirror, trying his tight five at dinner parties. Last weekend, he told my entire family he's considering quitting his job to pursue comedy full-time. My mom clapped. I died inside. I told him maybe he should ease into it. And he accused me of not believing in his dreams. Am I the asshole for creating a delusional monster by trying to support, while trying to be a supportive one at the same time?
Yeah, see, she's got to go because at the end of the day,
Yeah?
it's like even though she like fake laughed all those jokes, like somebody probably thinks he's funny. You know how many comedians are like huge?
Yeah.
And that I don't find funny one bit.
Terrible.
One bit. It's because their comedy's not for me, but it's for somebody.
No, I think some of these people, they have no right being comedians. Okay? Absolutely garbage. But,
You know, their following says otherwise. Like somebody's out here thinking
yeah.
funniest human being ever. So it's like if he's not funny to you, why even like I don't think I can be with anybody that's I don't find funny. Can you? Like it's like
No, I can't. And like a courtesy fake laugh, I think at some point, okay, you can give them one courtesy. Like there's like a, but actually at this age, I stopped fake laughing. Now I just, you know,
I can't fake a laugh to save my life.
it hurts me inside.
It's obvious. It's like it's my fake laugh.
No, but it's true though. Like because it's like if it's not funny, it's not funny. Some people are easy, like they're a really easy audience, so they're like, oh, ha ha ha, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's, I think we're a part of the problem. If you're fake laughing, I think you're a part of the problem.
Yep.
I don't think people should be given courtesy laughs.
What?
Yeah, it's just come on.
Like right now, I just gave you one.
See, now what if I went home and
It was kind of like an awkward laugh because I'm like I don't know what to say. I'm
there's
like,
a difference. No, there's a difference between because I wouldn't make a joke again after that. I'm like that wasn't that great of a response, right? To be honest, I didn't even make a joke.
No, you didn't.
I was actually being serious. You see what I mean? But what if
like a podcast laugh?
like
I don't know because you're on film, so it's like you have to be like
engaging?
I don't know. It's like actually in real life,
Yeah, I don't believe in courtesy laughs. I can be like, oh, I think I've become those people that if someone does make a joke, I'll be like, you're hilarious.
Oh my god, I hate those people.
That's
funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
How long you been funny? A long time. You know what I mean? Like it's easier than having to summon from the depths of your soul a fake laugh. You know what I mean?
It literally gives me headaches.
Yeah. Unless that fake laugh is gonna get you a job or it's gonna kind of give you opportunity in life, don't do it.
Yeah.
Actually, don't do it at all because it's more authentic if you just be.
But if you know how to fake laugh, do it all the time.
But those people
that's very good trait to have, to be able to fake laugh.
Yeah.
And actually sound like a real laugh. Wow. You're gonna make it far in life because how many people in powerful positions, like managers, whatever, make the most. Oh my god, constantly making jokes, like you know what I mean, and laughing at their own jokes so hard that you feel uncomfortable just standing there and not laughing at all. So it's like you need to have that, but it's like I couldn't even if I wanted to. It's so fake. It's like so I just ruined everybody's vibe.
But I think there's a respect in there. Like imagine when you do laugh.
Yeah.
Like the real laughter that's gonna come out of you. That would be, I think, more rewarding to the person. Because come on, man.
You don't do nothing at all. Like, how are you gonna go? Like imagine there.
I'd be like, oh.
Imagine I made a joke right now. Like I'm like, yeah, the salad set to the meat. Hey, don't go without me.
Oh. You know what that reminds me of?
You're gonna let me laugh by myself?
Yeah, you could laugh. I'm like, you know what that reminds me of? That's what I've been doing lately.
But then but like I'll be like,
I'm like,
you didn't. Yeah, that was not a good. It's not a good segue because my feelings are hurt.
okay. If you made the joke, I'll be like, oh, that's really, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh fuck, that's really quirky of you. You know, that reminds me of this other bad joke that someone made the other day. But like, I find segues or I kind of just change the subject. But it's like, I won't be like, I'll be, like, I'll smile. And then I'll segue to something else. You know, I'm like, but by the way, what were you saying the other week about, you know what I mean? Unless they're dying a lot, then I'm like, this person's very, the person that laughs a lot is very lonely or very sad inside.
What? Some people are just easy. You know?
But you're laughing at your own joke?
Actually, I laugh at my own joke all the time. Not gonna lie to you. If it's really funny, sometimes you're like you make yourself laugh.
Yeah.
But not all the time. No.
No.
I say some unfunny stuff a lot, but
Yeah.
when it's a good one, I'm laughing too.
Yeah. Yeah. But like,
I never understood people who said that.
what?
Who say, "Why are you laughing at your own jokes?" Like as it's like an insult. It's like a bad thing.
Oh, that's the thing. I don't agree either, actually, because I'm thinking about the joke in my head. Like what developed in my head, I'm seeing it visually, and you're not. What do you mean? And those are the best types of people that can laugh at their own jokes.
Yeah, I'm so funny. I make myself laugh. I think that's the greatest accomplishment.
Yeah,
Making yourself laugh.
I'm content, right? You know, but I guess if you're making yourself laughing for so long, and then no one's laughing with you,
No, I would never laugh when I'm laughing by myself.
oh,
Do you know what I mean? Like I made a joke and I'm laughing by myself and no one else is laughing.
well, that's
No.
you get checked out. Oh, like by yourself and there's people around you. Okay.
Like I made a joke and right now I'm laughing my ass out and then you're not, and I'm just continuing to laugh. No, I wouldn't do that to anybody.
What I don't like the most is
I'm
that
not gonna put you in that situation.
they continue also to explain it. Like, you know, when they're laughing, they're like, because you know what? Because the cat and the dog and you know what? Because cats are, I'm like, whoa, why are you hurting us?
I'll never laugh hard at a pun. That's one thing I won't.
Oh no.
Those things are just like, I'm just like, haha. Like I know, I'm like, that's a good one. That's a good one. But it's not cackle worthy.
Yeah. No, I think it's like, I don't know. I think courtesy laughs are toxic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because it's like, look what happened to this guy. He wants to be a comedian now.
Let him, bro.
But what if it's like some people, like, not everyone's, you know what I mean?
Let him get out the gutter. What? At least it's a job he can grow it. And you know, if he succeeds, he can grow. And he's not stuck working a 9 to 5.
No, but then, like,
And never growing and staying in the same, you know, payment every day, same salary. He's not working a salary job.
giving up my $500,000 every year job.
Oh,
To pursue my dream as
I didn't know. I didn't know. I forgot about that part. I noticed that like this.
be a full time, you know, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, no, because you know what? Some people go out there and it's like, you know, cringe. Because you know, I'm talking about cringe worthy. Because I don't know if like you cringe, like when you're like when you make, you know, when you're watching something on stage or if you go to a show or whatever, and there's like a monologue or whatever, the cringe, like it's like like that, like he'll be that type of comedian or like online person. Super cringe. So I don't know.
Maybe there needs to be an unfunny comedian.
There's plenty.
No, like on purpose, he knows he's unfunny. And everyone's just there to laugh at how unfunny he is. Or she is.
It's a roast. Like
Somebody should create that. I don't know. Is it going to go somewhere? I don't know. Figure it
so
out.
he's gonna go up stage and make like a bunch of terrible jokes.
Yeah.
What do the cats say to the dog?
Make
Do you
everyone
even believe it? Are you delivering it like as if you think it's funny?
No, you know, like, I'm a comedian and I know it's not funny. My show is called Not Funny. That's probably somebody's show, actually.
You probably just inspired someone. Hey, I'm not funny. I know what I should do. I should do that. It's the same thing. Because
Satire.
but that's kind of grueling. What did the cat say to the dog? Meow.
And everyone sits there like,
What did I just be like, what
it's so unfunny that it's funny. That's the vibe they're going for.
It's like it's terrible. It's like when you're having a terrible night and it's just funny to laugh at how bad everything is. It's a pretty sad way to go. So laugh if you must, but choose where you cackle, or you'll build up a monster and hand them the gavel. Not a single thing has spoken, the lesson is frail. Join us next time for another cautionary tale.
You think that friendship breakups are worse than relationship breakups? Like romantic relationship breakups?
Yes. No?
What do you mean?
Yes.
Depends, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like,
It's a relationship one might, like, it will hurt, obviously. But is it going to hurt as much as someone you've known since childhood and then you don't have a go-to or anything anymore? I don't know.
the relationship one?
Because you can always find a different person to date or, you know?
Right, because isn't friendships harder to find, I feel like, than a relationship?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, relationships come and go.
Yeah.
You don't know if they're gonna be forever. It's true. It's only one person. But then friendships, you can have a couple of friendships.
Yeah.
But then, and like later in life, it's harder to find.
Like it's like a like finding good, because also like when you're in a relationship, like usually people like, you know how they cut off all their friends or whatever, and then like a couple, once they're comfortable in the relationship, they go on, you live your regular life, they realize, oh, you need friends outside of a marriage, outside of a relationship. I don't have any of those, and then you so become so dependent on that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I think friendship might be worse. Yeah, I think friendship is worse than having a actual relationship breakup.
Yeah, but then again, if it's like a relationship that you actually cared about and it's like a real person that you're gonna
But imagine, okay, you break up, then you have a support system.
yeah, but somebody you were gonna marry, you know what I mean? And then that you break up, and then it's like you kind of lost, let's say, whatever, your soulmate. You know what I mean? And then you still have your friends, yeah, but at the end of the day, you still.
But
So it's like that would be way more painful.
like if it's your soulmate, why then it would have stayed.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't. Whatever. Sometimes it doesn't work out. The wrong person, wrong time. all the cliches to make yourself feel better.
Yeah, like maybe it wasn't this and that.
Yeah. Because if you like them that deeply, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're in love with somebody, then I don't know that. Because then there's more aspects to that relationship than there is to a friendship.
What do you think?
I think both.
You can't pick both.
Like I can't pick one. Like you know what I mean? Because it's like it depends on how strong each relationship was. It was like a friend that never did. You know, that was like a casual friend. Obviously, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm talking about like a real friendship.
Yeah, a real friendship. But then it's like if it ended, then maybe I can make that same argument. You know, maybe it wasn't real then. Like that I can make as an argument for a relationship, like a romantic relationship. If it ended, if both ended, then it's like, you know what I mean? So it just kind of depends. It's like how deep you're in.
Okay, let's say you're both equally deep. Which one is worse?
Probably the relationship. You know why? Because it's hard to like people.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, it's really hard to like people. Like, friends, it's like, you know, you can always find commonality and everything, but relationship, you have to have so many different aspects for it to work and for you to feel invested. But then a friendship, all you need is like good vibes, common interests, like compatibility, you know, good chemistry. I guess that's a lot, but you don't need to have, you know, that spark. You don't need to have, like you do in relationships. Because in a relationship, you need all the same things you need in a friendship, in a relationship, plus the spark, the attraction, like, and that's hard to get all in one. So it's like, I would say a relationship because it's harder to find. Like that relationship that actually means something to you.
But it's also hard to make friends. Like real
Friends, like just like I said, like with friendships, it's like there's less need. I mean, there's less requirements to make a friend than there is to have a relationship with. It is to have a serious, a good, strong,
like
romantic relationship. It's harder to find, I think, because you know how you have a couple.
But those are very shallow, like friendships, right? Like because like there's some people there, you know how soulmates are not limited to just like romantic relationships. It's also like you can have your soulmates in your family, you can have soulmates in your friendships, relationships, yada yada, blah blah blah, right? So if you find a soulmate connection, let's say within a friendship, where that's like your you know, it's your person, that could also equally, I think, could also hurt. It's a platonic breakup, because I know there's a difference between like romantic and whatever, but I don't know. I haven't really experienced like a real like friendship breakup. So I would say, okay, maybe romantic breakup is worse.
Yeah.
But maybe because I haven't had like a, you know, a real, like a genuine, like one, like at least my genuine friends, like real friends, I haven't experienced that yet. So I can think of the pain, but I haven't experienced that feeling yet.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
Yeah, because it's like, but you know how like you have a whole bunch of friends?
Yeah, but you know how sometimes you're like, hey.
Yeah, but you have like at least 3, 4, 2, whatever, good friends. But with a relationship, you know what I mean? It's usually just one that's solid, the good, you know. So it's like that's harder to find than, you know, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You know, in comparison. I don't know. But they both equally, they both suck. But I feel like the other one will get you in because the other one will affect your self-esteem, right?
Oh, like
your.
But don't you think the friend one would kind of give you trust issues?
Yeah, they both will. But then it won't make me feel like, oh my God, I'll never find someone. Oh my God, my clock is running out. Oh my God. If friendship was like, oh, that's painful. Damn, I saw that's the good one.
Get him next time. No, I don't know.
At least I have my other friends. You know, I have my sister. I have my family. Mm-hmm. But then it's like with the romantic, that piece that you will never have with anything that's not platonic. Anything that is platonic.
Because I saw a TikTok and it was like, I mean, I saw a research.
When I was researching for this podcast,
they said that every 7 years, women kind of shed friends and make new ones.
I feel like I don't make any new friends. It's like it's too much investment.
Yeah. And then they're like let's say like from your 20s to your 30s, you'll have a new set of friends. And at some point, I think at 30 at least, 20s is easy to make your friends, but like in your 30s, you're like, who wants to start over again?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
And it's like also you just don't trust people easily. You know, like why?
Like, because that's what I'm saying. It's like you need depth where, like, because you don't know who's gonna run off with your shit.
With your mans?
Not even
two birds. Oh, you know those people? Those people that have their best friend, their ex hookup or whatever.
Yeah.
Their guy cheats on them with their best friend.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's happening there? Like, what? It's like, is it an envy? I don't know what that's about. I never understood those. Like, like he's gonna be me. I think part of them wants to get with you, but like they can't, so they want the male version of you. So maybe that's why they go for your.
Oh, what?
I don't know. It's just like a me. I did it. Like I got him, and you thought you had him, but I do. Unless it's like real. Like, what if they actually are more compatible?
Yeah, like he met the friend by accident. He met you, but he really wanted the friend.
The fuck.
He didn't know the friend. He didn't meet the friend yet.
Yeah.
And then he's trapped in this relationship with you.
Yeah, like something borrowed. Just leave. Like it's okay. Like who's keeping people?
Oh, so yeah, something borrowed was more like something borrowed was more like the friend. The friend thought she wasn't good enough for the guy, and she hooked him up with her best friend that she thought that they would match,
even though he was interested.
She didn't know that,
and then they're like,
she was insecure,
and then it came out like, and then it ended up coming out anyway. But I just don't know why people are being in relationships for like, if I was in that scenario where I was like interested in like the friend, but then the friend kind of backed off, and then the other person showed more interest, I would just get both of them.
Huh?
I wouldn't get with any of them.
Oh, you see that again?
Like if I was like something borrowed, how she liked the guy and then her friend got with her or whatever. So if I was the guy that was like, I like this girl.
Yeah, why am I going to go for the friend?
I'm just going to cut. Yeah, I'm like, I don't want either of you.
Just so you could stay in the, you know what I mean? Like, why are you there?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like,
he's actually the problem, yeah.
Yeah, because it would have been easier for her to do that if he just dated somebody else. But he decided, is it proximity? Maybe?
I don't know. I guess he just liked the friend too, but not as much. But it's like the friend, the friend that got with him, she didn't know that her friend liked the guy. So it's like, it's not even her fault.
No, she didn't, yeah. She didn't. Like, at all. And then she even asked, hey, is it okay with you? She's like, yeah. But people want you to be mind readers.
Actually, that show, that movie is very toxic. Very bad.
No, yeah. I'm like, both sides, terrible. The guy, the girl, terrible. The other one, maybe she's just not considerate, but that's what they're painting her out to be.
She's literally the victim. Yeah. Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
Victim.
But I think if you have to ask permission to date somebody that your friend was interested in.
But she's asking because they're friends. That's why she's asking. She doesn't know she likes her. Like, she doesn't know that he liked her.
At all?
Yeah, she doesn't know. Yeah. She just said, like, she's like, no, I don't like him. You go for him, Darcy. Like, you go with him. Oh. Whatever. She said, I don't like him. She set them up.
And now she's upset that they got together. Again, that's her problem. Like, why I don't know why she was painted as the victim. Like, you're a monster.
She's the main character.
Yeah. like absolute monster. Like, you're hiding your feelings and then you ended up just...
And then she cheats on the friend.
Yeah.
She cheats on...
Secretly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like...
So it's like, what the friend really... the Kate Hudson character really did nothing wrong.
She did nothing wrong. She's like, she gave me permission. This guy said he likes me. Whole time they like each other. And that's how the best friend... And you know how you just said, like, oh, what if they come to take your mans? No, it was happening the whole time.
Yeah. It's like she could have just told her, hey, I actually, sorry, I didn't mean to let you guys get together, but I do like him. And then give the friend a chance to say, okay, I'll leave the situation. She wasn't given that shot.
No.
That chance.
So I'm like, you can't be upset. Like, oh, because are we mind readers? I don't know.
Yeah.
Cute. How do we even get here?
I don't know. I'm just going on tangents, guys. Sorry.
I'm kind of hungry. I'm getting hungry.
I want to eat a real meal.
Like what?
Something good. Ooh, thinking about a mangonada right now.
Should go there instead of doing this right here.
This podcast?
Mm-hmm.
If you could eat any food without gaining weight, what would it be? Very stupid.
Pasta, like lasagna.
Like tons of it? It's actually a good choice.
Yeah.
Because there's so much variety in pasta.
Yeah. So much like that with like, has maybe steak in there. I can only have pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them, like, where you don't gain any weight. Everything else is like, it stays the same. Just one meal.
Maybe sugar, like desserts, because that way I'm blessed.
You're good for life.
Yeah, because that's the number one killer of making you fat ass.
And yeah, exactly. Because pasta's not really gonna kill you. It's just kind of more of like
Heavy carb.
It's gonna gain bad weight and
The other sugar shit's gonna give me diabetes and whatever other fuck. Right? Excuse my language. Excuse my French.
true.
But like it's gonna mess you up. But sugar, imagine being able to eat like a 10,000 donuts,
oh my gosh,
cake, cinnamon buns.
nothing makes me hungrier than being on a diet.
I know.
That's what you can't tell yourself you're on a diet when you're like when you're dieting.
Yeah, that's when you crash the most. You're like, oh my god, I'm on a diet. I'm gonna eat everything and more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I would do sugar for sure. I like everything because you know how like you can drink your sugar. You know what I mean? Like everything else is manageable.
Gosh,
Yeah.
coffees. Oh,
What else? What else there in life? You know? What about you?
I think that's a good one. The pasta. Yeah, I think I'd take the pasta over the sugar though. No, it's a lie. I'll take
No, because you can
because pasta you get tired of it after a while. Sugar you can't really.
always.
Ice cream. Oh my god, Ben and Jerry's is my biggest enemy and my greatest love of my life.
That's your toxic relationship.
Ice cream. That's the one. I'm not even a sweet person, but because ice cream doesn't taste that sweet, I will eat the entire. I used to eat the entire jar of Ben and Jerry's, thinking that it wasn't much, and because you know how I read the bottom, like 400 calories a night. Back in the day, I didn't used to count calories, and I had a good metabolism. I didn't think
Anything was gonna happen?
Yeah. And then, after doing that for a bunch of nights, I gained some weight.
Yeah.
And then, what's it? I was going to say, and then I realized it says 400 something calories per serving. So, no, it said per, and the serving was three cups. So it's like, it's not the whole thing. The whole thing is 1,000, basically.
Yeah, I know that.
I was like,
yeah. I used to think like when on bread, like when it'd be like 150, I'm like, damn, that's a steal.
Yeah.
For the whole bag. Like I'm gonna eat this and I'm gonna be blessed like for the rest per about like 2 slices you're getting like 250 calories. I'm like, oh. But there's so much like I have to, you know what I mean? When you have to proportion out like whatever you're using bread for. So sometimes the bread needs to be more than, let's say if you're eating like a stew or something.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do in that situation?
Yeah. You need more than to fill it up. Yeah.
And naturally I'm gonna follow what I have to do, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a toughie. So that's why sugar and everything has sugar in it.
Yeah. The bread, the pasta, even like.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's what I'm going with. No. Now I don't have to worry about anything else except now I can eat everything I want. Like a whole pie, 3 pies. I'm blessed.
Mocha pie is another thing that's my kryptonite.
I'll be your kryptonite. No.
Oh, it's actually just apple pie. Let's be real.
Yeah, I don't
about the
care.
other ones.
I don't understand pies.
Yeah.
You
don't like apple pie, right? Yeah.
I don't like fruit pies. Like because of the fact that I can see the fruit. Like I don't like seeing the fruit.
Yeah.
Like even in yogurt when they're like real fruit in there, and then I actually dig up a strawberry.
Really?
Yeah. What is the strawberry doing in here? I thought you already pureed it. You know what I mean? What is going on? Like it doesn't. It's like like I don't like the texture. I'm like this is not. Like why am I eating a fruit while I'm trying to enjoy chocolate? You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
Like it's not. I don't.
Ew, chocolate and no, I'm just not a fan of chocolate unless it's baked.
I hate it when I go to restaurants and they're like, and for our desserts we have a blueberry dark chocolate mousse.
Ew.
And it's to die. I'm like, are you sick in that? Like, what do you mean to die for? You mixed a fruit with a chocolate. I think those things should be living separately in life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in mixing. Like, I like a raspberry jam if there's no traces of real fruit in there.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, it's just like I would never eat the chocolate unless it's like baked. But that's kind of like how you hate the fruits with what's called it's like pineapple on pizza. Ugh,
that doesn't make any sense to me either.
Yeah.
But it's like how you like freaking putting grapes and cranberries in your salad or apples.
Oh my god, it's delicious.
That's a terrible idea. That's a terrible thing.
My salads are just like you can't eat a salad unless there's like a whole bunch of.
Why can't we just continue to use vegetables?
Yeah, the vegetables are in there, but you still have to put your cranberries in there.
Why are you
have to put
taking
your nuts?
There's a time to eat vegetables and there's a time to eat fruit. You know what I mean? Why are you putting people are like we're gonna do a Mediterranean and they put like pineapples and
Ew, I would never put pineapples in.
or strawberries.
Tropical fruits like I wouldn't put in my salad.
No, that's
Actually, no, I wouldn't.
no.
Those just cranberries and
What is that?
apples. They go good in salads. Let me tell you that.
It's like mind-boggling. I'm like, when did we as a human race become this, these types of people? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like if I went to Subway, there's a reason why you don't have the option of putting apples and cranberries and raisins in your sub, because it's not a vegetable.
Sometimes I do that at home when I'm like making a sandwich. Yeah. Because the salad already has that in there, and I'll put the salad in my sandwich.
What does it do for you?
It's delicious. Fabulous.
But like even like what does it do for you? Like even at home, like what does that do for you?
It kind of makes the healthy food taste better. Yeah.
But you can just you can jazz it up with other stuff, right? Like with other vegetables and things. Like I like my salads as a salad, and if I wanted fruits in my salad, I would have a fruit salad that strictly consists of fruit.
That's nice.
It really upsets me when I see that around. Even when people put raisins in their rice.
Oh, that's okay. It's not bad.
What are you doing, man?
I put raisins in my salad.
Why? Like,
It's like cranberries. These are the same thing.
You're sick. Makes me sick to my stomach, Lam. Like, what is it?
My stomach's
you know how angry I am when I don't know something has a raisin or a cranberry or something in it, and I eat it. And this is supposed to be like a savory meal.
Oh, so you don't like raisins in your carrot cake?
No.
No way.
I don't
you don't like walnuts in your carrot cake?
I don't like any of that. You're distracting me from what are you trying to distract me from? You know what I mean? Like the main thing here is a carrot cake.
Yeah.
So everything else is like trying to make trying to make an appearance in my life. I didn't ask for you. You know what I mean? It's like when someone says, when you meet up with somebody and they bring 2 other people you didn't want there. I didn't ask for this. Why are you here, man?
Yeah.
Get out of my life.
Oh,
it's a terrible experience. It's not a surprise like, oh, you brought... No, a surprise is if I'm eating carrot cake and there's a cream cheese filling. Oh,
damn.
Yeah. Then if I was to meet up with the person and they brought someone I actually genuinely enjoy, you should bring this person more often. Versus,
yeah.
the fuck are you doing?
But carrot cake goes with cream cheese. Like, what other filling are you going to use?
Thank you.
There's no other filling.
Nothing.
That's how it comes made. Also, who made these desserts? What ethnicities?
I think it's like French. Le Français.
It's not Italian?
They probably played a part in there too. I don't know.
Right? That's one thing what people do, right? Desserts.
Yeah. Because they didn't have any other like resources.
The rest of the meal was tragic, so they had to come up with something else.
Like, come on, guys, we really need this one for us.
As much as people hate on white people food, it's actually very healthy.
That's why they live a long time. Yeah.
But except for their breakfast. Who made that breakfast? I don't even know.
I think that's American more. Like, I think that's more in North American culture. Because you go to the UK,
pancakes for breakfast. What is this? Cereal?
So, yeah.
Who's made this?
That's a terrible... the number one thing, you're supposed to have a lot of, like, your first meal of the day should be heavy protein. But, you're like, all right, or we could have, like, a tub of, like, sugar. Or try this. Yeah. And then, like, crash before, like, your morning's even done. Like, you'll have, like, but it's delicious. Like, a French toast. Yeah. Or, like, a pancake. Like, pancakes, I don't care about them. I don't care about pancakes or waffles.
Pancakes are delicious when you make it.
I don't like food that I have to continuously dress up and make appealing to me.
But you make it at home like us. We make our pancakes like banana bread type pancakes.
See, that's you see how you had to dress it up.
Put the cream cheese in there while you're cooking.
See how took everything in you to make that, to make that meal like okay, right? Versus like a dessert that like name a breakfast food that just naturally stands by itself. And it doesn't have to be breakfast; it could be anything.
A food that stands by itself.
You don't even
like steak.
There you go.
Right? But you need salt.
Sometimes that's not a big deal. A lot of food needs salt, right? But imagine now. Think about chicken. How many times how there's so many different ways.
Chicken is like you have to actually drench it in flavor
because it doesn't have a personality.
No, it doesn't. It's like shrimp. Zero.
No.
It's like water.
I'm gonna
ocean water.
I don't try like seafood broils. They make me sick to my stomach. You know why? I don't judge people if you eat them. Like obviously do you? But I believe crab, shrimp, mussels, stuff like that. Not fish. Fish is fine. They're insects. You're eating insects. What's the difference between what a crab looks like and a scorpion that you would see on the beach?
The one that has more meat.
Yeah, exactly. One is a smaller bug.
I don't want to see what it looks like, but I'm gonna eat it. I love seafood, except for shrimp. Is like I need to drench
shrimp.
Fry it up.
You're eating.
I can't eat shrimp when if it's not fried.
You eat shrimp. You're eating a roach.
Pan fried at least. But you don't look at it. You have to cut. I need the tail cut off already.
If that's the case, let me get you a slug or something. You know what I mean?
Ew, come on.
No, come on. I just gotta dress it up. Just don't look at it.
No. Because it's like the texture is slimy. I can't.
Or a cockroach. Yeah.
These are to knock you out right now.
That's what it is.
No.
Especially when they snapped. I'm like, you guys are eating insects, like sea insects, and you guys thought it was regular.
It is. It's actually not, it's not that good for your shrimp, honestly.
Huh?
Shrimp's not even that good.
It's very high in sodium.
It's also high cholesterol, and then it's eating a lot of,
Yeah.
like, it's the bottom feeder.
Yeah.
It's like tilapia, bottom feeder.
Yeah, but see, tilapia is a fish. I'm like, okay, that
Delicious.
I can compare fish like regular fish to something in real life. I don't know, like to land. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, that's a person. But these other ones that resemble like Earth's insects, like spiders, like come on, you can't tell me. Like, why you guys like who decided to eat the octopus? That look, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't eat that.
Like they saw that.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the one. That's one we're gonna kill and we're gonna eat.
Yeah, but there's already people eating rabbits, all right? Come on.
Rabbits?
Rabbit. I see that.
They're running everywhere, right? But then I can understand
Messing up everybody's day, actually.
I think now people are actively trying to,
Yeah, oh my God, I used to have this neighbor that literally would keep the garage door a little bit open so that the rabbits could come in, and then he trapped them in there.
What's he gonna do to them?
Eating them.
The ones that are running around right here, like
Yeah, the little white, red-eyed.
those are not even rabbits. Those are hares.
Yeah, he's eating them.
You see, this is how diseases.
I'm like to my mom, well, why is his garage open like this? It's because he's
eating them.
Yeah, he said he's putting them in there. When they get in there, and they're trapped. That's so mean.
No, but they're not meant to be eaten. There's like, you know what I mean? It's like eating like a cat. No,
As people eat cats.
oh, why are you eating a cat? It's not meant to be eaten. Like I don't think we should be eating anything that also eats meat.
That also eats meat? So that's like everybody then.
Huh?
Isn't that a lot of what do we eat that commonly that also eats meat?
Nothing usually. People like to go crazy. Like some people eat crocodile. Why'd you do that?
Ugh, God.
Shark.
I just hate them, so I couldn't eat them.
Also, it's like, what is the enjoyment here? They're leather. Like it's like
Out here ruining lives. Is that no? That's the alligator that's drowning people, acting like he's drowned in the water. Manipulation is crazy.
But that's why I don't stop. Like I
Be a
think,
male.
but also that's why I would never stop. Like, why am I gonna be like, oh, somebody? Like I'd never go into the water if I saw like this. I'm like, I think you have to be a special type of person to think that's normal.
I wouldn't go in just because I didn't know how to swim, but
It's because they can't
hey
mimic.
guys, somebody's drowning in there.
But they can't
Go in
mimic.
there.
Oh,
Somebody,
shit, it's a crocodile or whatever. It's alligator, but they can't mimic human. Like unless the dolphins, I think, can mimic human voices or whatever. But a crocodile sounds like.
But he's going like this with his hands, so he thinks it's a little kid or
But
something.
reptile hands don't look like human hands.
Yeah, from afar, it's like you might be like, yeah, it looks weird from afar. It might look like a human hand from afar, and then can you believe it's luring you in so it can drown you?
And kill you and eat you.
Isn't that so? Like that's not an animal. That's human. We're animals, but that's
Because the intention, right? But it's not like only for humans. I'm sure it's trying to attract other stuff, like other land animals.
what other land animal is gonna be like? Yeah, that kid's drowning. Go save it.
No, they're. Oh, you're right.
Animals doing that. That's crazy.
I never
man.
thought about it like that before.
They're wild. It's like damn kangaroos.
Huh? Oh, whoa! I don't. That's one thing. My biggest fear: kangaroos, because they look like full grown men.
Yeah.
They're not like Kangaroo Jack. They didn't
Ready
exaggerate.
to box you out.
Yeah. Look at this. They're cut too. Like they work out better than anything I've ever seen, and they walk like real like it's like this.
Probably where we got the inspiration for to get the muscles. To lift weights to get these type of muscles.
Yeah.
Because it's very
Yeah.
shredded. They're shredded.
Yeah, that and an ostrich. Have you ever seen ostrich?
Those are beating people up. That one's
No, that
killing
one's
you.
crazy.
Knocking people out.
Yeah. And then they run so fast too. I don't like being chased, right? Like I don't like being chased. I'll give up half. I'll give up.
Yeah. What is it? Ugh, God, the kangaroo is out here putting niggas in headlocks.
Like it's actually
What? It's actually terrifying.
no, it's not. The thing is, they look to like put a hat on it. Yeah. Put him in like a nice fit. From behind, that looks like a human being.
Yeah, it looks like a nigga. Like it looks like a guy.
Yeah, it looks like a man.
It doesn't look like any man. It looks like a black guy.
Yeah.
For real, like it literally looks like a black guy.
Like the stature and everything. I'm like, oh no. And then they say a horse kick hits, like it hurts you a lot, like you're done, like you die.
Yeah.
But a kangaroo,
Yeah, because they lift up.
they go, these things are bouncing up. What you got? They already have the claws, and then on top of that, they got you right. Now they could put you in their pocket because they also have pockets.
Ew, and did you see what their pocket looks? The inside of the
Yeah,
pocket looks like?
it's not what I imagined to be.
God, it's so disgusting. They're so nasty.
This is why I'll never go
They
to
actually
Australia.
beat me up. I think if it would hurt me, they heard me talking shit about it.
Yeah. Those are the types that come back for you.
Yeah.
Those are the
You
types.
know how they say elephants like never forget?
No.
I feel like kangaroos, they have to have something. There's something going
They
on
just
with
look too aware, hyper aware. Other animals, they're like, I'm just trying to survive and eat.
Yeah.
This one's like, yo, let's see what this one's gonna, you know?
them. Yeah. Elephant seems like it just be like, you know what? You did that to me. I'll never forget it.
Yeah. No, you ever,
forget it.
and I respect elephants, and I'll never disrespect an elephant. Because have you heard that story of this one,
Yeah.
the lady that got, so what killed me was like, she killed like the elephant's baby or something. I forget. Correct me if I'm wrong. But she did something to hurt that elephant.
Yeah.
The elephant stomped on her, killing her. Well deserved. Then the girl had a funeral. The elephant came to the funeral.
Yeah.
And walked from a distance. It's like when you see a widow or something, like a mysterious woman in the background watching like at your dead husband's funeral.
Yeah.
But the elephant was like, "It's good, right? She's good." Stomp on her.
Gonna. Let me make sure she's actually gone. What? Damn.
I was shocked. Ever since then, like, 'cause I just respect elephants. They're just really cool. They're really good.
Really need to go on a safari.
Oh, that's scary.
I know. Absolutely terrifying. Some people actually stay in villas while and then they're watching the animals. I'm gonna be awake the whole night. I'm sorry. I'm gonna act like it's all aesthetic, but I'm dead. Like I'm gonna be there for the film to film it, and I'm gone.
No, yeah.
There's no way. I'm gonna sleep.
Why are you gonna sleep?
Anything could happen.
You see, like, imagine like a tiger trying to, or not a tiger, like a lion charging at you. I'm gonna get you. You know what I mean? Like, because he can't through the glass. He's just waiting for you to come out. Probably find a way to lure you out. That's when the animal kingdom links up. Like, we're getting these people out. You know, alligator pretends to drown. Something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
Scary, light work. Scary work.
huh?
Scary things people would do. But maybe when it's like I'm like tired of when I retire or something, I'll go
Or go.
sleep there.
I
Hoping
actually
somebody knocks me out.
my end.
Just kidding.
My end goal actually was to actually raise lions, like lion cubs,
Wild.
like in Kenya, like buy
How many
them.
people got actually killed?
I know, but I think they did.
Their own
Yeah,
animal that they raised.
I know. But it's an animal at the end of the day. I'm not going to be stupid and be like, hey guys, what are you guys saying tonight? No. Like, I'm going to be safe about it. Like, if the nigga tried to, I'm always going to be strapped.
Oh,
I know I raised you, but it's me before she, what?
yeah.
He to come at me? No.
That's your life's work, though. You
But I'm in the hopes that they would protect me.
just shot your life's work.
Hmm?
You just shot your life's work.
But it try to get me. Wouldn't you kill this? If you had a child that was trying to kill you, what are you going to do?
Call the police.
You already dead.
It's a human. Come on, I'm not gonna kill nobody. What? It's a child. What kind of reference is that?
You are now watching When Not a Single Thing Goes Wrong. Hosts Bads and Hodo were just about to wrap up episode 2 of their podcast. Bads fighting hunger throughout the recording sparked a dark take, one of which Hodo could not understand.
No, because I was referencing to raising the whole life's work.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill my own kid who's trying to kill me.
What if they were really close? It's self-defense. I
I don't care. It's my kid.
You're going to let them kill you?
I don't know, but I wouldn't do anything to kill them, but I hurt them, so I can escape. But kill?
Ignoring Hodo's very reasonable concerns, Bads immediately starts demonstrating with her hands how she'd commit the deed. A little too confidently for someone speaking hypothetically.
My own
No,
child?
if I'm able to get them down. Sounds really...
Oh, come on.
I know it sounds dark, but if I'm able to knock them unconscious,
Yeah.
I won't finish the job.
No,
But if it's a constant battle, I have to finish the job.
even if it's constant, I can't feel them.
Wait, why are they trying to kill me? What the hell did I do?
They're sick, obviously, if they're trying to kill you.
Yeah, so I have to save them. No, I'm just saying, like, why am I gonna go out like that? I can't go down without a fight.
Within seconds, the hypothetical had already lost control. Let's watch and see how it all unravels.
I can't go down without a fight. This is number like this is
Can't save you.
this is a hypothetical situation.
Maybe we should start doing like dilemmas, like real dilemmas.
Because I don't know why you're letting it.
Logical
Like,
dilemmas.
yeah, because if someone's obviously a danger, they're trying to kill you. Who knows who they're gonna kill? I'm doing a favor to society.
My own child.
This is like
It's like say you're Hoya, you know your mom.
why are you trying to kill me?
You kill your mom? How you gonna live in a world where
This is all in. This is all. It's not like a spiteful. Like I'm gonna get her.
No.
This is all in self-defense.
you're gonna kill your mom in self-defense?
If it gets down to it, if I can get her to a safe position,
Yeah.
I won't finish the job. Like I said, but if it's getting pretty close, and the only way to, you know what I mean, I have to do. She's a danger. This is all
So
hypothetical.
let her get locked up.
Yeah.
Just because it's all hypothetical, we're saying, what would you actually do?
What do you
actually kill your mother?
like? Okay, what do you mean by this?
What do you mean? You're the what out here being?
I'm not gonna ever. I love my mom to.
Yeah, like I'd rather actually them hurt me than I'm gonna hurt my own. Like I don't think I have it in me to do it. Even if I'm gonna die. Sorry, I guess I had to die. Me or my mom. Sorry, my mom. Go live and
Go kill everybody else inside. I'm gonna try to get them to a point where it's okay, like they're knocked out.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe tie them up, something like that. Okay. But if it gets to a point where they're like, they have a gun, I'm not gonna miss. You know what I mean? Like if they have a gun and I have a gun, and or they're pretending and they pull out the gun, try to shoot me, and then I only have 5 seconds to react, I'm gonna shoot. I have to shoot.
I said I don't like. Yeah, I'd get shot.
You gonna get shot? I don't like the feeling getting. I don't want to get shot.
So I don't think I'd be able to live with myself. So it's like I'd rather just get shot at that point.
No, the thing
My mother, how can I live with that? I don't know.
she tried to kill you first. She tried to get you first.
But yeah, she was sick, and then I end up still killing her. Like, I'd aim low. I wouldn't even aim that high.
Okay, but okay. Let's say they plotted this. It's premeditated.
Unless my mother was evil,
There you go.
then I'd kill her.
You didn't know she was evil till that point. Are you gonna kill her?
No, at that point, then obviously, then she was sick.
No, she's been
can't
evil
just
this
turn
whole
evil.
time.
How would I know that? It's crazy.
You
'Cause I
don't-
lived with her for my whole life, and she wasn't evil. So now she's evil. How does that make sense?
This is not a realistic situation.
I know, but you have to present.
You know, like in movies when they're like, no, it couldn't be. You know, they're always shocked by getting hurt by their closest person. Like, no way, that's my blood. They would never try to kill me to get, you know, the money or something. You know what I mean?
Like if she was evil, that's a different story. Yeah, like
But you know,
she's trying to kill her whole life. She's trying to kill me.
no, not your whole life. Everything led up to your life led up to this moment.
So what do you mean? What happened that led up to this moment?
I don't know. Maybe if she kills you, she can collect insurance money.
So she's sane. She's fully sane.
Yeah.
And she's trying to, then that's a different story. She's sane?
Yeah. So, Mom, what are you doing this? I need the $2 million from the insurance money. If you die, I can collect it.
Oh, this come on. Wrap it up.
Rub.
Take that bitch out.
Are you sick?
No, but
Like, why else is someone going to kill you?
I would still shoot everywhere else.
Mhm.
As much as I could, I still shoot everywhere else.
Yeah.
So I can, say I tried everything.
You shoot everything but her and then she gets you. Nigga.
No, like I get it later on her legs.
Yeah. And I learned recently how to shoot a gun.
Yeah.
So I know how to get I'm really good. I learned really fast too.
Get what?
You know how to get a shot.
No.
So I want
aim
you
for the
to-
heart, right?
I have to.
Where else? Heart and head? Where else?
Huh?
Heart and head? Where else?
Well, that's a kill shot, right?
Yeah.
What else do you need?
So then,
I'm saying the aim is actually really difficult to obtain.
really?
That's what he said.
No, I never tried.
That's what the instructor said. He's like, oh, we really.
Feels like it'd be easy. I don't know why.
That's what I thought until I'm like, he's like, what are you doing? Stop. You're doing everything wrong when I was at the gun range.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? It's just like this, right?
Just get him all. Just get him all.
Everybody can get out of here. What else? I mean, everybody going out. No, it was intense. Yeah. So instead you can, you know, just something that where I don't want them to be able to get up. They can't have strength.
Stomach maybe. And then you might bleed out quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the organs, right? So I shoot right here, the leg.
Legs are pretty good because then they can get up
Yeah.
and then kick away the gun.
Yeah, kick away the gun.
Yeah.
Put the why the fuck you trying to kill me, nigga? Put your feet on their throat. I just don't like when movies when they don't like, you know, when they get like a good shot of the killer or whatever and they run away just stupidly. Finish the job.
What do you mean?
Okay.
That's self. You know, even with self-defense, like you have to not be killing people because actually you could go to jail. If you
Okay,
kill
but
that
she would literally it was me.
Yeah, you can still like.
So if someone's in your house and they have a bunch of guns and they have like knives or whatever, your self-defense, you're gonna every time you get them knocked down, you're gonna run away. Help. Finish the job.
It's like you don't have to kill somebody to be self-defense.
Because let's say their mask falls off. Oh, she saw us. No loose ends. So they're gonna kill you anyway. If it's not this way, they're gonna find you. If they escape, they're gonna find you and kill you because they know what they look like.
Yeah.
So finish the job. If I have them down, finish the job. No, I'm
At
like,
that point, it's not self-defense though.
why?
Because if they're already down and
What
then
if-
you're out here and you just shot them.
What if they're like, you know how people like to get cocky for some reason before they die when they don't have any, like you're actually. And they're like, we will find you and we will kill you. When I'm gonna give you mercy, oh, you gonna find me and kill me, nigga? Oh, okay, I'll show you. Finish the job. Like they always run away and then they're shocked when the killer is beside them. You know what I mean? Or at the washroom when they're trying to, you know what I mean? They're always shocked when they're running down the hall and the person catches up to them.
Yeah.
Had you finished the job when you had full control,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be in this situation.
So
what did we learn?
Unfortunately.
What did we learn today? Finish the job.
Just kidding. Finish the job.
Finish the job.
You know, you can't say and podcasts.
Why?
I don't know.
Unalive them.
Yeah.
Finish the job. That's what we're
Unalive them.
Unalive them. Finish the job.
Yeah.
Because it's either you, trauma. Oh my God, I can't believe I killed somebody. I let his life leave my hands or whatever. The life of his eyes left life. Fuck.
Yeah,
you know?
saw the light in his eyes.
And I've never felt more painful in my life. No, I'm just saying, but I had to do it. I'm not going to say I'm not,
Yeah.
I had to do it to protect myself and my family.
Yeah, I guess now you're not worried about, well, one guy's going to find me. He's gonna...
Because how's he going to communicate to the other people to me? He can't. He's dead. Right?
And then that gives other people a message.
Oh, he's dead?
Trying to go
get her.
Oh, she killed him. She's strong.
Oh, she killed him. Okay, no loose ends. You know what I mean? Like she only knows what he looks like.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Everyone
Except
from there, I'm just going to state facts. Just finish the job. If you're at home and you're ever in this type of situation, it's hard. I know it's hard, but just finish it up. You'll be okay.
For legal reasons, emotional reasons, and probably other unknown reasons, we will not be taking notes from anything said during this segment. Moral of the story, make sure Bads eats before podcast recordings. Until next time.
And what did we learn today?
Not a single thing.
Hopefully we can learn something.
Not a goddamn.
And maybe next time we'll learn something. But until then, tune into our next episode. Do follow us on social media and like and comment. And even if you don't agree with half the stuff we said, that's okay. Let us know.
Put it in the comment section.
And also, I lost my train of thought.
Damn, sorry.
But yeah, just do what we just said. And everything
Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on all platforms. Listen to wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. I said they always say that. You can find us wherever you find your favorite podcast.
Yeah. And if you have a podcast, we'll follow your podcast so you can follow our podcast.
Oh, are we on that teamwork thing?
No, I'm probably going to cut that part out. But I hope you learned something interesting today. And I'm going to go eat. What are you going to do?
I'm going to
Be out of here, son.
wrap
Thank
it
you
up.
so much.